Can we get the show going? Can we get the show on the road?
Yes, let's get it going.
All right.
Get it going.
I'm the Boogieman, Johnny Zuko, with my co-host.
I'm the Cryptkeepers Mistress, Elysa, and then the voice in the background is our producer, who is mysterious.
No, she's just an asshole. But...
No. That's some 80s lingo right there.
All right. So, honestly, I was going to open up the show with the first few bars of Summer of 69. I was going to sing Bryan Adams. That's what I was going to do. Because, honestly, singing that song on this podcast would be more entertaining than talking about this movie.
Wow, that bad? It's not that bad.
Maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but that was for some comedic effect, though.
Okay.
But, shut up. Patronizing me. Oh, my God. Look, okay, so let's back this up. Summer of 84 is about a group of kids who think their neighbor is a serial killer, and
he's a cop, their neighbor,
and he happens to be the local sheriff.
Yeah.
On top of that, so they go investigating. Huh?
One kid. Oh yeah, it's just the one kid, the one that lives next door.
And then he drags his friends into his madness. And they sort of go back and forth. Yeah, and so they all try to figure out this mystery.
It's like a little gang, trying to figure this out. And
I don't know. I don't know.
So what are your overall... I guess we'll do our overall thoughts and then break it down.
Then we'll do a breakdown. Yeah, that sounds good.
Break it down.
So my overall review, I posted a little bit of it on Facebook just to gauge a reaction. And I said that I really did not enjoy it. I didn't think this movie didn't land the ending. It didn't stick the landing for me. Like there's a major death at the end where you're supposed to like feel it. You're supposed to like, tear up because you care about this kid. Mm-hmm. But it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. I think maybe the movie was too long. Mm-hmm. The pacing, it wasn't, interesting. And the story was all over the place. You had like two subplots going on. Yeah. And then one major thread. And then once one of the subplots gets integrated with the main storyline, then it becomes a different movie. Mm-hmm. I do wish they integrated the girl more into the A storyline.
I agree. I thought that was the laziest, and I'll get into that, but that was the laziest writing ever on her. And it's like she didn't even need to exist in this movie. It was so stupid. No,
she had no. I honestly don't think she had a place for this movie.
She didn't, like, at all. And the only thing. Well, I guess I'll let you finish and then we'll break it down.
Well, they're like. They're the kid's peeping on her. Mm-hmm. There's
she's like the neighbor. So she's a neighbor that lives across the street, but she was also his babysitter growing up.
So I don't know. To me, I felt like she didn't need to be in this story. I think that was I don't know. I honestly feel like she had no place in it. Yeah. Because she didn't add a different dynamic to the group.
She added nothing. She literally added nothing.
And she came too late to the story.
Yeah.
To the A storyline. Mm-hmm. But the whole, whole relationship and that, I didn't buy that.
I didn't buy that for shit. Like,
they were really trying to make them seem like teenage boys.
Well, how old were they supposed to be again?
15.
Okay.
15, 12 years old around there. They're like, high school, right?
They're high school.
I was that age.
Yeah.
And I did not act like that. Like, I thought they were really childish for 15.
Yeah. Well, boys are really immature.
But, even the guys I hung out with, I was like, some of this stuff is ridiculous.
And that's what I wanted to get into is like the character. Well, I'm kind of going all over the place here. So let me have you finish. I won't pull a Kanye on you. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, okay. So and then one of the arguments that I've seen online is that they didn't buy these kids as friends.
Yeah.
Now, growing up in a small community like myself, I've grown up with friends, and by the time we become like 15, 14, we become different. We're our own person. Yeah. We want to dress different. We want to act different. We don't want to like be in the same, circle, but we're still friends though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can imagine that these kids grew up together, but they all went different ways.
Yeah.
Like the punk rocker kid. He
was my favorite. Yeah.
He had a hard life, and that's why, he went emo.
I wanted him to be more punk.
He was more metal.
And then the nerdy kid, he was, he came from a stable home.
Yeah.
The fat kid also came from a single mom home.
Yeah.
But he had to be the man of the house. Mm-hmm. And then the other kid, you know, he came from a stable home, but he just wasn't stable.
Yeah, he liked the weird shit.
You know, I mean, I'm not trying to say that he wasn't like unstable. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that, you know, he was just fascinated by like other things. You know what I mean? And his dad was a reporter. Yeah. So I understand that investigative journalism side of what he wanted to do. He wants to investigate. He wants to be on the case. Yeah. So I can buy that this group are friends. Mm-hmm. I can also buy that these are summer friends. We all have summer friends. Yeah. Because we have a certain group that we hang out in the summer that we don't hang out with in school.
Right, for sure.
And that's the truth. Because anyone that knows, like, if once you get out of 8th grade and go into high school and you go somewhere else, you're going to have a group of friends that you only hang out with for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, everything changes. Yeah.
And then when you go back to high school, you know, you're back with your normal friends or whatever. So they could either be summer friends or they can be friends that
knew each
together.
other since they were little.
So so I can buy that they're friends. But I don't buy the whole thing. I don't buy them. No, wait.
You don't buy them like still hanging out?
No, I buy them the hanging out, but the ending. Okay, so when we get to the ending, I'll talk about that. Okay. But another thing that I don't buy, and the one thing that fucking pisses me off. That pisses me off.
What?
15 kids go missing from 10 different towns.
Yeah.
No one's the fucking wiser. No killer, no pattern, nothing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a letter gets mailed into the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
Saying, I am the Cape Cade Slayer.
Yeah.
Why? You didn't need that. You didn't need to do that.
Right.
You didn't need to do that. That's just dumb. Because already by then, our main protagonist already saw the kid that's missing on the milk carton.
Right. Yeah. The ginger.
In the cop's house. And he already puts it together. He didn't need the fucking...
It wasn't necessary. Yeah.
That was just dumb right there.
Yeah.
And it would have been more impactful had he been a silent killer.
Yeah.
Had he not been known, and then that way he would have had the kid still roaming around and
giving him ice cream.
Yeah, and then he would still be on. That was
like pedophile though. Like I thought this guy was a pedophile at first.
I think he might have been.
You think he was? It was just boys, right? Was it just all boys?
You don't even know.
Well, yeah, so we'll get to that. But okay, so what were?
So look, I don't buy that though.
Okay.
That to me creates a big that's a big issue for me because I'm like, no, don't do that. That's just fucking lazy. I get that you're trying to replicate the Zodiac or whatever.
Totally, yeah.
But at the same time, had he not did that and these kids said, hey, look, man, I got all the evidence.
The shirt. The kid had like so much evidence.
Yeah, because the kid was gonna investigate regardless.
Yeah.
Right? He already knew there was something wrong with that dude.
Yeah.
He went down in the basement in the first 5 fucking minutes and saw a padlocked door
on the door,
in the basement.
Yep.
If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it's just like, the killer just does that, and it's like, oh, I'm here. Mm-hmm. And then the kid's like, ding. But he already had the light bulb.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think it was just lazy writing, and I don't know if there were like many script changes or if they cut scenes. Because to me, this movie seemed like it had scenes that were cut. You know what I mean? Like there were just things that like, I feel like because of the screen time or the running time, they kind of cut some stuff. I don't know. That's just like... Yeah, like they could have fleshed it out or they shot some stuff that they didn't include because there was just stuff that was like too long that wasn't necessary. And then there was stuff that they needed to show to be necessary that they didn't. So I don't know. Like my opinion on this is like, I didn't hate it as much as you. I liked it. I didn't love it. So like I first heard about this movie last year and I was so excited for it because I was like, yes, like...
As have I. You know,
yeah, like I've been waiting. Like I held like I was just anticipating this because it's like I love kids in horror movies. Like that's one of my favorite things. It's like blending innocence.
And it's a rare thing to
it's
see
rare.
Too.
And the fact that it's in the 80s, you know, and I was like, yes, another like nostalgic thing. And then serial killer. Like we haven't really had kids with serial killers. You know, we've had A.T. with aliens, Stranger. And a lot of people are comparing this to Stranger Things. However, the script, I disagree too. It's totally different. The script is written before Stranger Things, and I guess it took a long time to film it, to get going. The only thing that's similar is that it's in the 80s. They're all boys and they ride bikes. And they have walkie-talkies. That's it.
Yeah.
But like so did every other thing in the 80s. That's the only thing it has similar.
Monster Squad.
Yeah, but they were younger.
Same.
That was like they were younger though in Monster Squad.
Yeah,
you know?
but the thing is, the reason I've been comparing Monster Squad to Summer of '84, not that you asked, but the reason
I didn't
did
fucking
it,
ask you.
the reason I've been doing it, and I've been catching a lot of flack for it too.
Yeah,
saying like you can't compare these two movies.
they're so different in my opinion.
They are different, but like as I said, like you know, the more realistic choice to compare this movie with would be Super Dark Times.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Because of the kids and
the tone
of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be a more comparable tone.
Yeah.
But the way I was comparing this movie to Monster Squad is a group of kids on bikes and they're solving a case.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're trying to solve how to prevent the end of the world while these kids are trying to solve a real life monster.
Right.
You know what I mean? So both these kids have their own little squad and they both follow one kid who they think is crazy.
Yeah.
But by the midway of the movie,
they start realizing,
oh shit, he's telling the truth. We need to back him up.
Yeah.
You know, this one, Monster Squad goes one way and Summer of '84 goes another way.
Yeah.
The thing is that I compare these two because when I was sitting there, I was like, dude, this reminds me so much of Monster Squad. And I actually rewatched Monster Squad last night and I was like, fuck, man. This is look, not a perfect movie by all means, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
And I really like Monster Squad. But Summer of '84, that's where I was coming from. You know, I could have compared it to Super Dark Times, but I felt like, you know, Super Dark Times, the kids turned on each other.
Yeah, and to me,
to an extent,
yeah,
they did too.
Yeah,
they did too.
They did at the end. Yeah,
and then so.
But I feel like Super Dark Times was way more serious and dark.
Yeah,
like
it was.
Didn't the title right? But it was just way more of a heavier. I feel like Super Dark Times is way more heavier than Summer of '84.
And that's where I was going with Monster Squad because they both kind of shared those same kind of tones.
Yeah,
where they were trying to be comedic at moments.
And they were perverted, man. Like, such pervertedness. Like, did it need that much? Like, I get it. Boys are horny, but come on.
Okay, so I saw one of your comments on there, and you were really
what pissed me off, because, like, I was excited because Judah Lewis, who I really like, who I told you guys, Judah Lewis, he was in Demolition. He was in The Babysitter. I really like this kid. And I think he's going to be really famous one day. And I was like, oh, he's going to play a punk. And I was a punk in high school. And I'm like, I would have totally had a crush on that kid if I was in high school right now. He was like a total douche. Like, I wasn't expecting him to be so douchey and like perverted like that. I wanted him to be more punk, like fuck you, don't tell me what to do, or like, you know, I wanted him to have kind of like more of an attitude. But he was just kind of a douche. And like all the boys, I feel this is character development. I feel like they didn't really explain them enough. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't really get to. I didn't have a favorite character in this. My favorite character was the neighbor, was the murderer. Because I like him and I thought, oh, he's like charming, but he's like sadistic as fuck.
But you don't know that.
You don't know that. Well, you know it, but you don't officially know it till the end, right? So, but they don't give these kids, and that's why everyone was like, oh, Stranger Things. There's so much character development with all these kids. Like, you get a bond for them. You get to know them more. This kind of was just like, same with Stand By Me, because this gets compared to Stand By Me.
I was actually going to go that route too.
Yeah, you get to know those characters in Stand By Me a little bit, right? This one kind of like rushed it, or I don't know, they just made all of their conversations perverted. And the whole 80s thing to me wasn't really in this. Like, you don't really hear about them talking about movies or bands. Like, you hear Cruel Summer by Bananarama, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, like I love this song.
That was the only song.
That was the only song, you know?
I think that's the only one they could afford.
Probably. And that's probably another issue too, is because it's
Budgets.
expensive. Yeah. But they did have a cool soundtrack though. I will give that. But I don't know, like the whole nostalgia thing, it wasn't 80s enough for me. It just wasn't 80s enough. So I had that problem. But, you know, like starting in the middle and like the girl coming, she wasn't necessary. Like, she was stupid and pointless. And then I don't know, like I was just kind of waiting and waiting. Okay, like what I also really wanted is more, that one scene I really liked is when you do see the kid get kidnapped in like that Freddy Krueger kind of alleyway.
Yeah.
I really liked that scene. I wanted more of that. I wanted more violence on the kids. I wanted more kidnappings, maybe even a death.
They really dropped the ball on the ending.
Yeah. The ending is what took it.
What they should have done was recreated, because he said, oh, you like to play manhunt. Like,
yeah.
I was expecting
him to chase them, right?
Him to be hunting
yeah.
them and really drag it out.
Yeah.
Where it built this tension. attention.
Yeah.
And instead it was like 5 seconds.
Over.
Should we just give a spoiler alert right now?
Okay, so
Let's
now,
do a spoiler alert.
So if you happen to hear her, it's already spoiler time. So there's gonna be a full spoiler alert from here on forward.
Red alert! Red alert!
You know, dare if you will, if you want to join the conversation. If you've seen the movie, please stick around. If you haven't, well, please stick around anyway. So it doesn't really matter if you haven't seen the movie. We just want you to stick around anyway.
Well, because we really want to talk about the ending, because I know we disagree. Okay, so the killer, the kid's right. It is the neighbor. He's a cop, and he's also the killer. So at towards the very end, the two of the kids go out to try to get him. And they end up getting... No, I'm sorry. Wait, he kidnaps them, right? In their beds. In the which was unrealistic, in my opinion. So he kidnaps... Since he's a neighbor, I don't know, like, he gets access into their house, and he kidnaps the two because they think, okay, we're safe here. We're safe in our rooms. But no, like, that's not the case. So he kidnaps them, takes them to the woods, and does kind of the manhunt there. But it's a very short manhunt because he kills the best friend. He kills the fat kid. And it's like... That I actually was really sad at that scene. I was like, no. Like, I was really sad when he slit his throat.
See,
it was sad to me.
See, I didn't even have time to get sad. Like, I was like, that's it? Like, I mean, it's not like I wanted him to die.
Yeah.
I was like...
I thought it was sad.
It's done.
But then also, okay, so that he kills his friend, and then... This is the scene I did like. When the killer finds the main kid, he goes, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to let you think, you know, I'm out there. And you've been waiting for me. You've been... Whatever his little speech to him was. But he's like, I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. One day, you're going to look over your shoulder. I liked that scene a lot.
No, I
thought that was fucked up.
I did like that because then it shows... like how far he's willing to go.
Yeah, he's not done.
He's like, you know what? You took my life, because that's basically what he said to him.
He's
like, you stole my life from me.
Yeah,
and now I'm going to steal yours.
And now I'm going to steal yours by you looking over your shoulder every second.
What better way to do that than to say you're going to be looking over your shoulder? You
liked that a lot. You don't get that in movies a lot.
Yeah, and so he's like, you know, I'm not going to kill you quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be slow.
I'm going to let you drive yourself insane.
Yeah,
and give yourself into the madness. And then you're going to be someone that doesn't have a life. You're going to be the shut-in. You're the one that's going to be out. You're going to be the outcast in your community.
Yep.
And you're going to see how it feels.
Yeah, I thought that was so different.
Yeah. And so I feel like that right there, I like that part.
Yeah.
But when they ended up killing Woody.
Woody was the friend, right?
The big kid,
the chubby kid,
so I'm like, which their nicknames were off.
Eats
was the punk kid.
The punk kid, yeah.
And Woody was the big kid.
Which is weird because it should be reversed.
It should have been reversed. because the punk kid was horny. And then the other kid
oh my God,
eats.
totally.
What do you mean?
They were all fucking horny. Like, Jesus Christ.
And actually, I thought that was the only realistic thing about them.
But they were very immature. Yeah, they were very immature, though. Like, very...
What was the little hand over crossing?
Yeah.
They were going to do something. I think I did that when I was...
Like 5? Yeah.
They did it in the Monster Squad with the dog.
But they were younger in the Monster Squad.
People keep saying that.
They were. They were like 12. These are teen. But
Rudy was the oldest one.
But people are forgetting, like, these kids are in high school. This is a high school movie.
They're getting into high school. That's what people don't remember. They don't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't act like that either.
And my friends that were guys
and I was a punk.
Like
yeah, and I was a punk, so.
Okay, so.
Anyways.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh, wait,
I've acted that way.
I think I was. Sorry.
No, go ahead now. Go ahead. Go ahead now. Go.
Because in the movie, the note thing.
The note thing?
Which I think they feel like they explained it because the kid said, why would he leave a note?
Oh.
Like the same thing everybody else was like, why would he do that? And I think they felt like they explained it by the other kid answering, well, he's bored. Remember they gave
he
a
got,
little
yeah.
So I think they felt like that.
What they didn't explain is because he frames a guy, and that so everyone thinks they're safe because they think this other killer is caught because the neighbor framed some guy. Well, they should have elaborated more on that, like the evidence or something, like, oh, they found a shirt, or you know what I mean, like, oh, we caught the killer, but they didn't give
But they gave back the evidence back to him, though. So he could have easily planted that shirt in the guy's trunk.
But they should have said that or something. Like,
Yeah,
they found a shirt.
But at police briefings, though, you don't give all the
That's
information
true. Okay.
to press.
That's true.
You keep everything. You only give, like, maybe a big detail.
A little
and
bit,
you
yeah.
keep all the other minor details to
That's
yourself.
true.
Because then if those minor details come out, then you're going to have, like, copycats.
Yeah.
And you're going to have other people want to do that or take credit for it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Didn't they say what the kid was wearing when he disappeared?
It was the shirt.
Wouldn't they say, so I'm saying if the dad's a reporter, wouldn't he have known that that the kid was wearing an empty
That's the
shirt?
thing. They didn't
And
yeah.
And then here's another
Right.
thing too, like another subplot that they didn't even touch on was that the dad got a phone call saying, "Hey, we got a missing kid here. You need to come down to the station and report this."
Yeah.
He's an investigative reporter. How
Yeah.
come they didn't fucking have him investigate?
And they kind of, so people argued about this too, like, oh, the parents are so dismissive in this. Or like, oh, just let your kid go out. But then, to be fair, so I looked into this. If you look at like Nightmare on Elm Street or a lot of the 80s films, the parents were kind of dismissive as well. You know? So it's like, back then in suburbia, kids like came home when it was dark, you know?
I honestly feel that, again, it's like, tropes, horror tropes. It's like the Charlie Brown effect. You know what I mean? How the kids all understand each other, but the parents are like, and that's because the kids don't understand what the adult is saying.
Yeah.
That's what that is. So that's why you hear like wah, 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 you know what I mean? When they're talking to the adults. They can only hear like fragments, but they can't grasp what they're saying to them.
Yeah.
And I feel that's the same way with horror movies, and that's how they treat the adult. Because I feel like if you have an authoritative figure in a horror movie, then the horror aspect probably wouldn't work as well.
That's true.
Because you need these kids to make dumb decisions,
Yeah.
and you need them to be a little bit ignorant.
But the parents were, I have to say, I agree. The parents were, I couldn't really tell. That completely took me out of the movie.
Yeah.
They were, I mean, I did, it was a little more easygoing, maybe, but not in the sense where if there was some kind of threat,
Mm-hmm.
and especially him getting a phone call like that, like a kid just disappeared.
Yeah, like, you're staying in tonight.
My parents and my friends' parents and their parents in town, like if there was something like that going on, the parents were a little more. The kids would still. I snuck out. As a kid,
And they should have done that.
That's what.
Yeah.
Should have been what.
I mean, they did sneak out, but they should have had a little
The
more.
parents were just like it was nothing.
But do you
which was
think?
Weird to me.
Do you think that's because they felt safe because they lived next to a cop? You know what I mean?
Like that even when they found out it was him and he was on the loose.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
what got me about that is the kids, even though they didn't touch on it, I am sure that they knew that their son's picture was on the wall.
Yeah.
With all the other kids that died.
Yeah.
To me, as a parent, and I know my parents in the 80s and my friends' parents in the 80s would have been like, oh, wait a minute, I'm sleeping in your room.
Yeah.
with
We're all
a gun
sleeping in the same
tonight."
room.
Which I
We're
thought
not
that was.
gonna just tuck you in and be like,
Yeah.
"No, sweetie, he has nowhere to go now."
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
The one bright spot to this movie that I really liked, and the one thing they should have focused on was the serial killer himself, because he was just so good.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had pictures of his victims
So fucked
on
up.
his wall just indicated how creepy and how meticulous he is in by picking his victims.
And I wanted more of that. Like, I wanted more kids to visually get kidnapped. There's only one. They only showed one.
And then he has the fucking balls to fucking kidnap the chief of police's son.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But why?
Exactly.
We don't know why. We don't
What
know.
was his pattern?
Yeah.
What was the room?
That's why. Do you think there'll be a sequel?
No.
Like,
You don't?
No,
I think they were
I don't
setting
think
up for
there's
a
just
sequel.
no,
I
because
think so, with that ending.
you can't, because if you make a sequel, you diminish your ending. You diminish
That's true.
that speech at the very end. Because if he comes back, then he has to finish off that kid.
Yeah.
Period. There's no way you can make a sequel about him without having the other kid, because now they're interlinked. They're intertwined. Their fates are connected now.
And sometimes it's scary why we don't know why someone kills. We don't know, like what goes on in that person's head.
It's like Seven.
Yeah.
You don't know John Doe's motives
Right.
till the very end of the movie. You don't know his motives, and that's what makes it scary. You
Yeah.
don't know the cop's motive, because you don't know what drives him to kill.
Right.
You don't know something. You don't know what happened. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, well, that motive's left up in the air, and that makes it more creepy because then it's just like, well, is there?
And he's so charming too.
Yeah, because then it makes your mind race and think, well, what did he do? This? Did he do that? And because I remember when I walked out of the theater, the whole entire time I was thinking, shit, what kind of killer was he?
Yeah.
You know.
And how did he kill the kids? You know, like we don't really know. I mean, there's a bathtub. In that padlock room, there's like a room, and then there's like that little bathtub,
filled
right?
with sulfuric acid.
But do you think that's how he killed them all?
No, I think he strangled him. I think he strangled him.
Oh, okay.
But there was no pattern though. There was no pattern.
There was no pattern.
Because
just
again,
boys.
That's
just
why.
boys.
That's why no one was able to pick up on him because there was no distinct pattern on how he killed his victims.
And that's scary.
And he was a chameleon.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it even scarier.
They didn't even know because they never found the kids.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say, though. I'm saying that there was no pattern, right?
There's nothing left for them to go off on, pretty much.
And so they're thinking, oh, this is once an occurrence, once and that. There is one murder that's different from the others, which he killed the whole entire family, which I think is his first murder.
It could have been,
because if you look at all the rest of the news clippings,
it's older.
They're all single. You know, it's all like a kid here and there.
And
boom,
the
boom,
dates,
boom, boom.
the family was the oldest one, right?
It was his family.
Maybe.
Did they match up with the photos in that back room?
Yeah.
Any of them?
They were there, right? The photo of the family was there.
No, the photo was on the in the living room.
I'm sorry, in the living room. Yes, but he had
But
it
I mean,
there.
then there was a bunch of family photos in that one room.
Oh, in the bedroom.
Yeah, I don't think that was it though.
I don't know. I think it was on the wall in like the living room.
Because I think that was his first murder.
I was saying, do any of the people match up?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I'm not gonna watch it again just to fucking confirm
I don't
it.
even know. I don't know. That was really unsatisfying for me.
But
that's
I
then.
feel scared.
And to me, like you could have made the whole movie about him.
Yeah, you could have.
You could have made the whole movie about him, and there's only one kidnapping throughout.
Yeah,
I feel like
I was cheated on that. I feel
like if he was a predator, like you were making him out to be, he would have had more of a cycle and just started kidnapping kids.
And they should have showed that.
Yeah,
you know, they don't need to show him killing like every 10 seconds.
Because there were no stakes raised at all.
Yeah.
Once that kid got kidnapped, then everything was still, you know.
I wanted like a shocking scene. I mean, to me, I like the ending, but I wanted like a shocker. You know what I mean?
And if he was bored, and if he was fucking bored, and he would have dumped the body out in the woods.
Yeah.
For everyone to see. Say, hey, come look at me. Look, I'm being brazen. Come find me.
He was very careful covering his tracks because so at the very end, when the kid gets away, he gets picked up by someone driving on the road. You see him driving, and then you see the burnt car.
The burnt police car.
He burnt his police car. Like, okay. And then that's where the kid knows, oh, shit, like, he's still out there, you know? Again, like, he just threatened me, but then his car's on fire. He's covering his tracks.
And who was the guy driving the car that would just casually pass a car burning on the side of the road?
Just a straight, I know, yeah.
Fisher.
Yeah.
He didn't even look over. Like, that would have been odd.
Yeah.
I think that's why he drove up there, though.
Oh, it wasn't clear, but yeah. The one scene I did like, though, was the ending again, because then when he's riding his bike back on his block, you know, his paperboy route, it's sad because you see the house for sale. Woody's house is for sale. The mom's not there anymore because Woody died. And then he passes by Eats and the other kid, and they're tearing down the tree house, and you could see they're not friends anymore. So I really feel like this film had a vibe like adolescence.
And he lost the girl of his dreams.
And he lost the girl passes by in the car. So I feel like this movie's kind of like losing your adolescence,
and then
you know?
In a sense, too, because he did lose everything.
Yeah.
He lost his friends. He lost his girl. He lost his best friend.
Yeah.
You know, so now he's all by himself now.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And I feel like that's kind of a satisfactory ending to a point.
Yeah.
But I feel like this movie throughout did not deliver. I felt like they focused I think they focused too much on the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like the girl and the relationship.
Yeah,
there.
I agree.
If they would have built that up and then integrated her more into, you know, the
she should have had a more pivotal role. She was just kind of like eye candy, which was dumb.
Yeah, and so if they would have integrated her as much more of a pivotal, you know, character within that group and add a certain dynamic to it, I feel like this movie could have elevated. I also feel like they focus way too heavy on the kids' home life.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, okay, I understand that we got to get to know these characters.
Yeah.
And we got to care for them.
But they didn't really give specifics to each character. It's just
it's just kind of like little blurbs here
Yeah.
and there. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you didn't even get to see the nerd's house.
Or Jimmy's house.
Yeah, you did.
No, you hear the parents fighting.
You
but
hear him fighting, and then you see his brother.
Yeah, he was hot.
So you
he was a babe. Yeah.
And so
They didn't look 80s to me.
I wanted that Eats did because he had the punk look.
He totally reminded me of the metal guys that.
Yeah.
were in
But I wanted him more. I wanted him more punk because he's such a good actor though. Like in other things
he's
I've
been
seen.
kind of thrown together.
Yeah.
Like
Someone went to
that
Urban
whole
Outfitters.
80s vibe reminded me of somebody's idea of the 80s.
Yeah. Who actually
and
didn't live
not
it.
Realistic 80s. Like how.
Where was the acid wash? Where was like, yeah.
Summer of '84, it just didn't do it for me. I see a lot of people love it, and right now it's sitting pretty at a 76 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes.
By the way, the Boogieman right now is wearing a Monster Squad shirt, so I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I'll be taking a picture on Instagram.
I should have worn a Summer of '84 shirt.
Just to show where we are.
Yeah, right. Well, like I said, I didn't love it. I had such high hopes for this because, like I said, I've been waiting for this. I like that actor, and I love kids and killers and horror, but I didn't hate it. I actually liked it. I just didn't love it.
Honestly, if this movie was like a mixture of The Sandlot, mixture with Monster Squad, mixed with Rear Window.
Goonies.
No, I hate the Goonies.
What?
Yeah, I hate the
Goonies
Goonies.
was good.
We'll have... No, that's
Stranger Things. What else? E.T.
No, so this is the perfect one because I said it. It was Monster Squad meets The Sandlot, mixed with Rear Window, sprinkled in Goosebumps, and then add there was another one, Goosebumps.
Super Dark Times.
No, God damn it, there was another one too.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Yeah, I think so.
Erie, Indiana.
I can't play that.
I love Erie, Indiana. It's on Amazon Prime. Shout out. I love it. You have to just reboot it or something.
Yeah,
it's on there.
Have to. But if it was a mixture of Sandlot, Monster Squad with Rear Window, and Goosebumps, I honestly feel this movie could have elevated itself because then this movie wouldn't have taken itself so serious.
But that's the thing. I feel like it didn't know which route to go. It could have gone darker, in my opinion. It could have gotten bloodier. Instead, it should have to push the limit.
They should have gone with like the concept of world's most dangerous game.
Yeah.
Like, because we were talking about it in the car, and she was bringing up the point where like I wanted him to hunt those kids.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
At the end.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. It's like,
I wanted him to stalk them.
What if the whole entire movie was him hunting those kids?
Yeah.
Like maybe started it earlier in the film,
or like there was something that they saw, right? There
was
something that they saw, and it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna start hunting them.
Yeah.
And then have the actual group in danger.
Yeah, I feel like they weren't in danger enough. I really wanted them to go for it. Like I said, I wanted more
because he was
bloody.
a cop.
Yeah.
So he could have done some fucked up shit to.
He could have gotten away with a lot of it. Yeah.
He could have parked in front of their car. He could have parked in front of their house with the cop car. He could have shown up at school and pulled them out and said, hey, and talked to them creepily. Or he could have just done all kinds of things. Or he could have
He should have fucked up their treehouse.
Like Dracula?
He should have put a body in there. Yeah, or something like sinister, or like a heart or something.
Because Dracula blows up the treehouse.
Yeah,
remember?
but they should have done something like that. But then I feel like...
And then he should have at least put down 2 of them.
Yeah.
At least
yeah,
2
I agree.
of them.
He should have killed the nerd and then the fat kid. Yeah, those 2 should have been the ones.
This is so fucking macabre the way that we're just talking about this fucking movie.
Well, no, but
he should have put down like 2 of those kids.
Here's the thing, though. They need... Yeah, she should have died. So stupid.
Yeah, but his type wasn't women though, or girls.
That's true.
It was all boys.
That's true. But he didn't have a pattern.
Yeah, but it was all boys though.
But here's the thing: it's hard, right? When you're dealing with a movie with kids and horror, it's so hard. Which route do you go? Because I feel like people don't really push that bar. This was kind of like in the middle.
I feel like because of like all the stuff, it's like we actually. Me and my lady had this conversation after we watched Super Dark Times, And we were talking about, like, you know what? Like, it's hard to do a movie like this because of all, like, the school shootings.
The school shootings, yeah.
And, you know, how just these kids are just going to another level now. And it's hard to, like, to make a movie about teenagers and kids in general without trying to say, you know, well, you know, without pandering to them or something like that. You know
but, you know, I feel like the 90s got away with like, I wish, here's the thing.
80s did it better, though.
But no, like, I saw a movie recently that was in the 90s. It was I think it was right before Columbine happened. It had Ben Foster, and it was about school shootings, and it was a fucked up movie. It was really messed up, but it was so good. And I just feel like things...
Ben Foster?
Yeah, Ben Foster.
Really?
And fuck, what's it called? I gotta look it up. You know, he was in Flash Forward, and he's been in a bunch of films. But I just feel like the bar now, we're such wimps. Like, we don't...
It's because
scary shit happens to kids. It's very PC. Yeah.
Like
it's very
dark,
left.
like Super Dark Times would not come out in the theater because of that subject material.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't see the incident,
right?
Just the implication of the incident is just too much for people to handle. And
here's another thing too that, like, I don't want to, how do I phrase this? It's not getting sick of, but why don't we have girls do this? It's every movie that's been like this has been all boy groups.
Because
Goonies.
you women need to learn your place.
Hey, I'll show you. No, but think about it. Let me go down the list. The Goonies, Monster Squad, The Sandlot, Stand By Me, Stranger Things.
Actually, I
E.T.
disagree with Monster Squad because the little sister had a pivotal role.
But it was mostly the boys.
She prevented the end of the world. She became friends with Frankenstein. She got Scary German Guy. And she...
But she's not like a lead, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but she was... But she was pivotal to their success. That's what I'm saying. Without the sister, that whole entire movie would be different.
I think her point is that if it wasn't a sister but a brother that was that pivotal, no one would have noticed. Like,
right.
Why not have a whole group of girls?
That's what I'm saying. Like Nancy Drew crew, you know? Like, I want that because I feel like we don't have
Veronica
that.
Mars, okay?
I wasn't into that. It was boring to me. Like, we
Veronica
don't have...
Mars
I'm just trying to... Yeah, wasn't really into it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think. Like, you had Buffy, but she's a solo, right? And then she's got a mixture of a group of boys and girls. But, like, you don't really have an all-girl thing. Like, they should do one not in the 80s, but they should do one in, like, the early 2000s because I feel like that was the shittiest decade. But they should have something, you know, maybe around that time with all girls.
Yeah,
trying to solve like a creepy murderer, you know? I don't know, just to spice it up because I feel like there's such a same pattern with these. And I love them, like they're some of my favorites, but there's such a similar pattern with them all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I just think that it's hard with, like, I think the horror community would be more accepted to it than, like, say, like, the comic book crowd, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think horror community wants that. Because we're, like, one of the only communities that embrace, like, the final girls.
Yeah.
Even though they hate that term now, like, we're the ones that embrace them and hold them to high regard.
Appreciate them.
We're the ones that say, you know, we want female leads and we want all that, you know what I mean? Because if you think about it, horror movies is women being empowered.
Yeah,
a majority
that's true.
of them are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you have a movie like this is just about a bunch of kids who
horny kids.
They're just a bunch of kids who think they're detectives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I like that, though. Like, it's very Hardy Boys. That's also what I wanted to add. This is very Hardy Boys. But...
See, I thought the kids in Super Dark Times were more realistic, the way they acted.
I agree.
And the kids in the 80s acted like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was. They weren't like...
And another couple of points...
It was like...
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Another couple of points that I want to bring up...
Cussing at each other. Like,
it's very Lost Boys-ish, though, too. Like, yes, team. Like, the truth, justice, and the American way. It was... Yeah. No, it's true. Brothers. I fucking love those brothers. But, yeah. No, like, I love that. Like, I think it needed that for comical relief, probably. Or to lighten it up.
It would have been better if it was part of a little... Like, I had things that I did with my friends, you know, in any decade kids do that's goofy,
a thing.
Or like a thing, and you're kind of making fun of each other. It would have played better if that was, like, them like in that kind of vein.
I agree.
Like kind of a goofy, where they did that just as a goofy thing instead
Here,
of
put it there.
serious.
Put her there. Or no, they should have done the too slow, right? Remember that high five, too slow,
Yeah, that would've been
like
good.
cheesy. But yeah, I know what you mean.
The one thing I want to point out is that the screenwriters themselves were born in 79 and 80, respectively.
Oh, so they were young,
4 or 5.
Okay, so they were more
5.
90s then, if anything.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying too. That's what I was gonna say, is that if this movie was made in 94, in the summer of 94,
yeah,
they would have been closer to the
they
ages
should have done
of the
that.
boys.
They should have done that then.
Because then they would have known
The
like
lingo.
the 90s, the lingo, the pop culture. They would have known how to do it. And you
Yeah.
don't see too many movies about the 90s anyways.
No, well, there's a couple. I mean, there was one I just told you about, As You Are, which has the kid from Super Dark Times, and it has the brother from Stranger Things. That takes place in the 90s.
I honestly feel like a lot of people are lost among the 80s nostalgia, though.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't take those nostalgia glasses off.
Because so many greats came out at that time.
But yet these screenwriters were, like 10, 12 by the time 94 came around. They could have made a much better movie
I agree.
writing about that time, because they would have been closer.
It's hip.
It's in.
I know.
Yeah.
But disregard that just for a moment.
Of what's popular too.
Yeah, just disregard that though. I honestly feel like they dropped the ball, because if they didn't focus on the 80s and just made it in the 90s, this movie probably would have been better. These kids would have been more real. The stakes would have been higher. The cop would have been a little bit more creepier.
Yeah.
But he would have been likable.
I wish they gave him a mustache. That's the only thing that was missing, was like a creep porn stash. Yeah,
Like
you know what I mean?
Like in Sleepaway Camp, where the dude just put the shoe polish on
The
his
shoe
lip.
polish. They really should have done that. Like, I just wanted that mustache. And did he have those aviator glasses? Did he have those?
No, not that I remember.
Damn it! They should have added that, because that was very popular in the 80s.
See, I liked sort of he had kind of a baby face, like a chubby
Yeah.
baby face, and I
Yeah.
thought that kind of worked.
And he was
towards
cute,
him
for
being,
sure.
Like a creepy guy, but he came
Like
across so,
innocence,
like,
yeah.
Like I'm a little boy.
I love him. He was on Mad Men. He was like one of the main characters in Mad Men, and I like seeing him in this kind of tone.
And then I saw. I was talking to you off air. I saw Turbo Kid. Right?
By the same filmmakers, totally different film.
So I enjoy the hell out of this movie. I love the practical effects. I love how bloody it was.
Yeah, it's so violent.
I love the humor. I just loved everything. The pop culture reference were on fucking point.
Music was great.
Music was good. And I could totally tell the difference in writing.
And here's the thing, though. Because of all the violence in Turbo Kid, I was expecting that in summer of 84. Yes, they didn't write it, but I was still expecting that. It was so tame.
In summer 84, they wanted to be a teen noir film. That's what that wanted to be. It wanted to be a noir film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was a slow burn, and they wanted to build up to a climax where you're like, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
God damn it. Really?
What happened?
I don't know if that's the kitty or
It's probably drool. Cat drool.
it was like,
But yeah, like it was just it was a slow burner, yeah, but like even I feel was way more in your face than Summer. And you have those kids, like, and those kids are younger.
Those kids are actually in danger.
Like it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
That did a good job of representing the 80s.
But back to my initial point is that I could totally tell the difference in writing style and how they approach the material.
Yeah.
And how they, saw the 90s.
Yeah.
Because the movie took place in 97.
Mm-hmm.
So I can totally
Which
tell.
makes sense.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
can totally tell how they saw it,
Yeah.
right? Now
their
I'm really
vision.
curious to see what their vision of the 80s would have been. To me, I was also arguing that this is like a giallo film, like in Italy, an Italian filmmaker filming America in Italy,
Yeah.
showing teenagers
Totally.
in a different light, American teenagers,
Totally.
nonetheless,
Yeah.
in a different light. You know what I mean? How we all think about having sex on water beds and smoking the marijuana.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's like in pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then there's another film, like a Dario Argento film too, that that he does it where the kids have like Coke bottles hanging in their room and shit.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like that's
It
their
did
take.
have that feel. Yeah.
That's their take on American teens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they think what Americans are.
Yeah.
I feel like the screenwriters, I feel that's how they look at the 80s, even though they're from here.
Aren't they Canadian? They're Canadian, I think.
My phone's over there.
I'm pretty sure they're Canadian. I don't know where the hell my phone is. But
well, so maybe if that's true, maybe
maybe that's why
we all experienced the 80s different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was born in 85. I was 5 when the 80s ended. So a lot of my memories are from the 90s.
Same here.
And so when I look at the 90s, I'm always looking at the 90s like the music, the fashion, the trends, all that stuff.
The language.
A lot of the big things out of my life came out of the 90s.
Yeah.
But I don't go back and harp on the 80s. Yes, I love 80s music.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and tell you, like, I know more about 80s than someone that was in the 80s.
That was in it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the 90s. You know what I mean? You want to argue about something from the 90s? Let's go.
Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
do that all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
But that's just how I look at it. No, it doesn't say where they're born.
I thought they were
The
Canadian.
screenwriters are Matt Leslie and Stephen J. Smith.
Let me see.
I know the directors are Canadian, though. French Canadian.
8. What is their name?
SS.
SS.
Sorry, we're looking at our phones real quick, trying to.
I
We
swore
want
I
to be
read that they're from
informal,
Canada.
so we want to make sure we give you the right information.
Canada. Let me just type in their name and then Canada. I mean, I think it is Canada. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because Turbo Kid's from there. So, yeah, they got to be Canadian. Canada, New Zealand production.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Canadian Film Collective.
Okay.
Iconic Decade, Canadian Film Collective, RKSS.
So there you go.
Roadkill Superstars. Oh, that's what that stands for.
What does it stand for?
Roadkill Superstars. I like that.
Huh.
But yeah, so I honestly feel like this was a movie that didn't deliver for me. The ending did not stick its landing.
I liked the ending.
Look, I honestly understand why people love this movie. I can see why.
I get it too. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's a refreshing. It's different for what everything else that's out there because things are remakes now. You know,
and it's actual kids, like teenagers on bikes, and you don't see that in horror movies enough.
Right.
They're actual kids.
They're actual kids, yeah.
Unlike they're like in their 20s playing kids, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I understand the appeal of it, but when someone tells me they like it because of the 80s, I look at them and I'm like, well,
it's not really 80s enough though.
well, it's not even that. It's like, well, okay, when were you born?
Yeah, I know.
How old are you? I'm sorry.
I know, I get it.
And so it's like people can't take the nostalgia goggles off. That's why a lot of people love like Star Wars, the Goonies, stuff like that, because they're bringing them back. But you can't take the nostalgia glasses off.
Yeah,
like, I'm guilty as that as well. When the Hardy Boys came back for a second run in WWE, I marked out. I was like, yeah, but after a while, you kind of see that they're not the same.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got
and you need more to go on than just like what decade it's in.
And so you just need. I honestly feel like it was a weak story. I mean,
it could have. It had so much potential though.
It did have a lot of potential. The poster was cool.
The poster's awesome.
The 2 posters that they
and
came
it was
out
shot.
for.
It was shot good too.
Yeah.
It was shot well.
Pacing was all over the place because once it starts going, it stops.
Yeah.
And so
it's like red light, green light.
I don't know. To me, honestly,
What's your rating?
I honestly give this.
Z's.
What?
0 Z's.
I don't know. I mean, it would have to be. It would have to not entertain me to be 0.
Okay.
But it did entertain me to a point. So I'm gonna give it maybe 2 Z's out of 5.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like, if that ending would have hit home a little more, if I understand they wanted to go for the sucker punch effect, you know what I mean? Just like, and it shock you.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't shocking enough because the person that they killed yes, was the right one to kill, but they did not set up his character to be the focal point. They set up Eats a lot better to be that kid.
Yeah, because he was like more
if it was Eats or the girl, then yeah, that probably would have been more, because you felt bad for Eats, but not to say you didn't feel bad for Woody. You did. And what he meant to his mom, because he was the man of the house.
Right.
But I feel like if it was maybe Eats or screw Eats. It had to be the girl.
Yeah.
It would have had to been the girl, because then that would have been the shock factor needed.
Yeah.
I liked Woody, but they did not set him up.
It needed more of a payoff.
Yeah. He was not like set up to be a focal point.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was his right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
You did not feel that impact.
Yeah.
If it was the girl, you would have felt that impact, because
he liked her so much.
He liked her. Yeah. He was coming of age.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get with her before the summer was over.
He should have killed both of them in front of him. Like, he should have kidnapped all the kids at the end and tied them to trees or something in the woods, or
and then take a chainsaw to them.
Right.
Death, not spoiler alert, but that death should have had the same impact that the death in Hereditary had.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing's like that.
No,
yeah,
I totally agree.
Yeah,
that impact
like
on you, where you went. Oh
yeah,
God,
and I think that's what they were going for, but it's like
it
the
was
movie
sad.
ended 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right when the sirens in, it faced to black, and you think the movie's over. I almost got up.
Oh really?
Yeah, I almost got up. It's like, okay, and then
he rides his bike,
and then you see the attic door come open.
Oh, that part.
Yeah. And then it fades to white again.
Yeah.
And then it goes into him riding his bike. I was like, motherfucker, is this movie ever gonna end?
Yeah.
That was a weird transition.
Yeah. The editing was weird on that.
Yeah. I don't agree with the editing choices.
Yeah.
I would have just cut into the next scene.
But I did have to say, I did really like his little speech. Like, I'm not gonna kill you. That, and then when he rides his bike and he sees like his adolescence is over. He doesn't have his friends.
Speech would have been better if he would have hunted him.
Yeah.
And made him work harder to stay alive, thinking he was gonna die.
Yeah.
And then said that after finally getting him after some kind of.
It needed more of a manhunt. Yeah. Manhunt. Yeah.
Like, because then it would have fed into the idea of how he's gonna feel later on. It would have given you the clue.
Yeah.
Of how it feels to be
hunted.
Thinking you're gonna die, and then you don't.
Yeah.
So then he's stuck with it the rest of his life. Otherwise, it was just like, what?
I also thought the main kid, because he does the voiceover, I thought he was a little hard to understand. I don't know if that was his speech but like, I had to put my subtitles on when
Oh, that's right. You watched this on.
I watched this on
iTunes, huh?
Amazon Prime, actually.
It was on Prime.
It's on Prime.
Oh wow, we could have saved $5.
Yeah, I know. So I was kind of like, wait, what is he saying? Because it was very like, I don't know, like his speech or something was kind of difficult to understand.
We saw this in the theater, and there was just one crazy guy in front of us that just kept fucking
moving his seat. You got a seat mover?
He was like he kept moving it, and like he was breaking the seat. Like, what the fuck?
Was he like an old guy, or
What's wrong with this?
maybe it was Mackie?
It's like, God damn it, they got me all wrong.
Yeah, right.
I
don't know. So you give it a 2 out of 5?
Yeah, I give it 2 Z's out of 5.
I'll give it a 2.75 out of 5. Yeah. Like a 2 to 3. Like I said, like it had so much potential, and I did really like the ending, but I wanted more blood. I wanted more stalking, more hunting.
I honestly feel like
more music.
If the kids.
More music, definitely. That was
more 80s references too, because like.
References
it was
don't.
like they had a rotary phone.
Yeah.
Like, that was the most you got from
that was
and
it.
some of the furnishings were.
They should have put like.
It was like.
Yeah, I don't know, and.
It felt kind of 80s, 90s or something.
Like that border
mashup
cusp. Yeah.
I just felt like it was inconsistent.
And then they all like sprung up the bowling alley, like, oh yeah, we're going to the bowling alley. But then like they were there for like 2 seconds. Like I thought something big was gonna happen at this bowling alley.
No, you know what I loved about that is that they set this whole thing up, and then all of a sudden, it's over. I honestly feel like on the day of shooting, the bowling alley manager said, "Hey, you
guys got to go
for about maybe 10 minutes, so get your shots."
Right? Probably. Yeah. Do you know what the budget was on this?
It was really low, actually, though. it was pretty low. I think it was like under 2 million.
Oh, okay.
It's an independent film, and I think it was self-financed.
Well, for that they did a good job with like the shots and everything and the locations. The houses all looked cool, and the car that the hot brother had. But yeah.
Let's see.
I think for the hot brother to be more accurate.
I like how we call him the hot brother. Oh my God, yes.
He didn't even have
With
a
like
name.
rips. Yeah. Crop tops. He should have had a crop top.
Crop top on.
Yeah.
I mean, because really, I remember the hot guys in school.
Yeah.
And some of them kind of dressed like that. Like,
Yeah.
it was like,
The crop tops and the shorts and like the
and
tube
shorts were
socks.
little.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guys that thought they were really cool. So it was.
And I wanted more of that.
Actually, maybe that was more junior high, but they were just coming out of junior high.
Yeah,
But
that's
I remember
true.
That there was.
But I wanted more of that brother dynamic too between Eats and the hot brother. I wanted a little more of that. You didn't really like the brother just works at the hardware store, and like that was kind of it.
You kind of felt like you were gonna get it in that one scene where he asked him if he wanted to ride.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was over.
Yeah.
It was like you thought you were gonna kind of see them because you kind of wanted to not. Yes, siblings.
Rivalry.
Like sort of rib each other and treat each other like shit. But you wanted to have a moment, and I guess the ride was that moment where it felt like, okay, I do care about you.
Like that icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't go anywhere. It was just like done.
Like that's it. Doesn't he flip him off or something?
Yeah. It was all random. I'm like, what's happening? And then same with the girl too, how she was like, you can't. What are you doing? You can't. This is random me mentioning it, but where she was against him. Investigating.
Oh.
And she's like, you shouldn't do that. That's wrong.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she
She
shows
shows
up
up.
into the house with him.
Yeah. Because there's a way to do that with a female character. Like, even the Goonies, the girls in that had way more pivotal roles. And they weren't just like, hey, I'm here. Like, it was so... and that girl's, like, not... She's a good actress. She's on Riverdale as well.
So, on the refrigerator, I thought his name was Mackie. But the one thing that kept bugging me was, like, his name was Hacky on the refrigerator.
Hacky?
Hacky.
Why do they call him Mackie?
Because that's his name. His name was Mackie. They misspelled it on the refrigerator.
Hacky?
Yeah. Instead of an M, it's an H.
Maybe they were originally going to call him Hacky, like a hack,
Hacky sack.
No, like hack you up. Maybe they changed the name or something. Anyways.
Oh, Mackie's secret. So the Beetle is the same make and model owned by serial killer Ted
Bundy. Yeah, I caught that. Yeah. And who goes running at 11 at night?
She does.
I was one of those.
I would feel like I was going to get, like, killed.
I could fit it in.
Really?
I know one time a cop stopped me and he was like, there's crazy people out here.
Yeah.
And I go, Exhibit A?
Even, like, walking at 9 at night sometimes, like...
Yeah, I can't find the budget for this.
We'll just say it's under $2 million.
I don't want to quote, so don't quote us. If you guys know the budget to this, please let us know. Please leave us on the comments or section below. But I don't know. It did seem like there was a lot of restraint. They did film this in Canada though. It was filmed in Canada.
Makes sense.
So, and it's cheaper up there to film, tax wise.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I don't know. To me, this movie is sitting pretty, and a lot of people are loving it, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's your choice. Again, it's all subjective. This just wasn't for me, honestly. I expected more.
Yeah, me too.
And but it's okay. Other than that, if I want kids on bikes and solving crimes, I'll just go back to Monster Squad
Or Stranger Things. Yeah.
Which I got to start watching, by the way.
You got to. Or Stand By Me, which is like the OG.
Excellent.
That's the OG.
I don't know about that. Sandlot's the OG to me.
No, Stand By Me is so much better.
There's no bodies or...
Yeah.
Who cares? It's
Stand By Me is
baseball.
like,
It's
yeah, but it
about-
doesn't have...
Sandlot's about friendship, guys.
Sandlot is an excellent movie.
It doesn't have River Phoenix in it.
No, it has Benny Rodriguez, though. The Jet.
He didn't do anything else, though.
No, because he became an actual firefighter.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Ooh, is he hot now? Because firefighters are hot.
You're stereotyping, man.
They are. They totally
you're
are.
stereotyping.
No, but they... Whatever. I'm allowed to, okay? Give me my female privilege. I'm allowed to.
All right. But that's where we stand on Summer '84. I thought this would be more of a heated argument, and I came in here like, we're burst full of steam.
No, I agree with
go.
you. I just think that I'm one of those that liked the ending. That's all. That's what we disagree on.
Yeah, no,
that's the only
ending
thing.
Sucks.
Do you want to talk about what we're doing next week?
Okay, so next week is September. By the time this airs, September will be in full force, and we'll be in the first week. And so me and Elysa are gonna raffle off 4 movies each. We're gonna pick them out of a hat, and whatever movie we pick, we're gonna focus our conversation on that. This is gonna be a series called Dog Days of Summer. And the thing is, no wait, you gotta grab.
He's got to do his too.
Papers right there.
So we're doing 4 each of what we think are kind of dismissed films, the Dog Days of Summer.
And so the whole premise of this was because, around this time, a lot of films get dumped in the theaters with no fare. Like for example, Kin.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel because of James Franco and his situation, I feel that's why they're not promoting it as much. So this is a movie that will get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Predator coming out in 2 weeks is another movie.
You think it's gonna get?
It's gonna get lost because it's projecting to be the lowest opening ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And so
I'm excited for it. I didn't like the new trailer that was released though.
I try to stay away from the trailers.
It plays rap, and I'm just kind of like, oh god, like please no,
Look,
please no.
I'm gonna say this. In Black and Deckard, I trust. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Black, Fred Deckard.
I like Boyd Holbrook. I'm on his train. So
but,
beep beep.
Whoop,
you know,
whoop. Shane Black and Fred Deckard together. They Predator. They did the first Predator.
Yeah, I know.
Shane Black did the first Predator. Fred Deckard did Monster Squad. He's done other types of movies. So in Black and Deckard, I trust. So I hope they do not let me down.
Yeah, same.
And so I honestly feel we are gonna pick films that we feel that don't deserve enough love or credit. So we are gonna pick.
Who's gonna pick it? You want her to pick it?
You can pick it, yeah.
Just mix it around a little.
So we would
grab one that's mine.
Our producer is shuffling the deck now. She's gonna pick one.
Just one.
Just one.
Better be a good one. So we gotta watch this.
We gotta watch it. We both gotta watch it.
We both gotta watch it.
And then research it.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
Remember the rules though.
What?
It has to be streaming. And one of us has to own it.
Is this me or him? I can't read from here.
The Fly.
Yes! One of mine! The Fly 2, bitches! I love that movie.
Oh, wow.
I love The Fly 2. Yes.
I'm not going to get any
Eric
of mine.
Stoltz. Oh my god. There's such a heartbreaking scene in this movie. And this movie gets shitted on, and I actually really like it. So I'm glad.
Okay.
It'll be a sci-fi week, because then the week after that is Predators, so...
All right, so...
He's not happy about it.
No, I'm not happy about it at all. I remember watching The Fly 2 as a kid and not liking it as much.
Well, it's very different than the first one. How old were you when you first watched it?
I saw it in 95, so I was about 10.
Okay.
I think you should do 2.
We could do 2.
Why?
Because this is a really good one.
Is it mine or his? It's probably his.
His, but this was a really
What is it? I can't.
All the Boys Love Mandy.
I didn't.
Oh.
Didn't love that movie. I had high hopes for that, but I didn't love it.
We're gonna have to talk about that movie.
I didn't love it. I liked the guy, the twist at the end, but I thought everything else was kind of dumb.
No. That's a movie that doesn't get enough love. That's a movie.
It was also very hard. So I really wanted to see that when it first came out. Couldn't find it anywhere.
It was released in Australia before it was released here.
Couldn't get it anywhere. Couldn't rent it anywhere. Couldn't buy it anywhere. So for like 2 years, I tried tracking that film down because I was so excited. And then I watched it and I was like, okay. And this was like before Amber Heard was like famous.
When Driving Angry came out?
Yeah.
Or what was the movie?
That was one with Nicolas Cage, right?
And I think there's another movie that she did that kind of catapulted her to like stardom. I'm trying to think what movie it was. It wasn't Drive Angry, but there was a movie where it's like, oh, Amber Heard is in this movie, guys. By the way, hello, come see this.
Yeah.
So that's why. But yeah, Fly 2.
Yes.
God damn it.
I'm so excited. I love that movie so much, and it doesn't get love. So we're watching both?
No, we have to watch one. We just gotta do one. Because we got to do a bunch of research and see why this movie is dismissed and why this movie didn't perform well.
It's because Eric Stoltz is a redhead and people have a thing against redheads, even though redheads are cool. So that's my reason.
Redheads are a fucking plague to
What?
society.
Whatever.
They're a plague. They're like the Black Death.
Oh my
So
God.
whenever you see one, you need to run away.
This isn't South Park, okay?
Oh, so you got that.
Yeah, of course. I love South Park.
Okay, so The Fly 2, that's gonna be our movie and our discussion topic for next week, and that's gonna be interesting, I should say.
I'm just shocked your producer likes And All the Boys Love Mandy Lane.
I thought it was alright.
Wow.
We will save that. If that movie gets drawn next week, we will.
Bitch, get out of here.
We will talk about that.
Okay.
So before we leave, Predator, are we doing a review for it or no?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do it just on that one?
Yeah,
Or like a catch up?
You want to do a catch-up episode on Predator?
But how many? There's like 4 of them, aren't there? Well, this would be like the 4th or 5th one.
Oh, you mean catch-up as in the franchise?
The franchise, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant catch-up as in like just talk about movies that we've seen and then we'll talk about the Predator. But okay, but we can just do the Predator.
Just the Predator?
Just
Okay.
the Predator, and then if time forbids, we'll do that.
Wait, when does The Nun come out?
The week after.
I don't know if I can see that.
I don't know if we're gonna go see
She
that.
scares me a lot, so I don't know. Like, she really freaks me out, that actress.
I
don't know what it is.
It does look interesting, so I am curious to go see it.
I don't want nightmares.
I might
scares
drag
me.
her to go see it.
Okay.
So we might go see that. I don't know yet. We'll see.
I have
But
to
yeah.
say, every time we see that commercial in the theater where she jumps out and grabs the girl.
Yeah, she fucking
every
freaks
single
me
time I
out.
jump, even though,
She's
wait, you
scary.
yeah, the first time we saw it, I went.
She
Oh.
she is scary.
Oh, I thought you were playing dumb, honestly.
I was. It's scared. It like startled me. It was
Because she hardly gets scared.
I
so,
know.
I'm like,
Jump
oh,
scare.
whatever.
Like, I was like,
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Other
well,
than that, I have to say I think the movie's gonna suck. But
Probably.
then I'm definitely gonna take her.
Well,
then.
wait, did you see the
Wink.
the first 2 Conjurings?
Nah.
You gotta kind of watch those,
I
right?
have the first
They
one. I
look
haven't
so
seen.
bad.
They're not bad. They're not bad. They're actually they're okay. They're not
The way
bad.
you feel about Mandy Lane is the way she feels about The Conjuring.
Really? Well, I didn't hate Manning. I just okay.
Okay, now we gotta table that
All right.
discussion.
I just hate the way it was shot. It was too grainy.
We gotta
okay.
wait. You gotta wait.
I don't like the way it was shot. It didn't work for the movie.
All right, we're gonna continue this conversation off air. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Johnny Zuko, Elysa. Come on, say your catchphrase.
You're cutting me off, man. Stay scary.
There you go. Bye.
Bye.